the rider deck. So, well, how do you like that? So I'm going to pull, let's do the queen first. The queen, and I'm going to pull her out, and I got her right here, the Queen of Wands. And not because I really think that's a signifier, only because when I lifted up the deck, she was right there. So what the heck, let's go for it. I'm going to be shuffling my deck where everyone can see it. And this one's harder to do because I have small hands. Some of my decks I can't barely do this at all. I really should just paint the table purple. I shuffle them this way most of the time, especially since I've gotten my carpal tunnel, because the other way really hurts when I try to spread my fingers too far. And just to show you guys I'm not cheating, I will do it this way. I take pain for you guys because I love you guys. Okay, now I'll do the three-way cut while I'm focusing on my question. So my question is, how's the Queen doing, and how does she feel about this whole thing with Harry and Meghan and the stuff going on with what I guess they call it the firm, the royal family? Well, either I probably might have pulled the wrong signifier and she's telling me, but it could just mean that she's in conflict. Let me just pull a few out. Oh, that's fascinating. I'll get these cards out of the way. Now, some of you might know already that I don't read cards the same way other people do. I read cards the way I was trained to read cards by a woman when I was just about 10 years old. Just a few months before I was 10. So 10 years old, I started learning. Okay, this reading here tells me right now that I guess it's exactly what you would think, honestly. Right now it seems that she's not really that happy. She doesn't really care. And she's just trying to put on a strong face, and the cards are going to fall where they may. Her feeling of it right now, when I read the numbers, this is, I'm looking at the numbers, and when I do read the numbers, she feels like she's out of it, like it's not her problem. I'm going to cap it. Yeah. She doesn't feel like, she feels like, she almost feels like she's not, she's not part of this, well, she's not part of the conflict, but she's not part of the solution either at this point. She could say, do this or do that, but she doesn't even have the energy. It's all the boys, the men. It's all their fight. At one time, she could fight it. She's just. She doesn't even care. They want her to do something. They want her to come out and make a public statement, but she doesn't think that's wise. She just doesn't want to do anything. And why does she want to? She said there's no winning either way. 2, 3, 5. She really just wants to keep the monarchy together, but she figures it's out of her hands. I think she's lost hope, but let's see. Oh, she hasn't. She's hoping that the next generation, the grandchildren, may be the ones that pick up where her children have not. She's very depressed over her husband's death. I think that's why she's lost hope. Yeah. Yeah, we don't even have to go any further than that, really. She's just at the point where she's just like, since my husband died, I don't even care. Whatever happens, happens. Yeah. She's sort of turned her life on everything. There's plenty behind, plenty of that behind her, but she doesn't care. She just wants to walk off into the sunset. Whatever happens, happens. Face her judgment. She's just ready to go. I mean, I'm not saying the Queen's going to off herself, but the Queen just doesn't want to deal with this. Let the boys deal with it. It's not going to be she doesn't believe that in the end, this generation, her generation, the boys, she just doesn't think, she thinks the infighting's crazy. She doesn't think it's good for the monarchy, too much drama. And she hopes that the grandchildren will show more grace. Sorry, it's the allergies. But mostly, it's because she's just given up. Philip's gone. She loved him. It's the end of an era for her. Poor woman. She'll still show up, she'll still do what she has to do, but her heart's not there anymore. Okay, now, Prince Charles. We're reading on Prince Charles. Prince Charles, how do you feel about the whole Harry Meghan thing? I'll tell you in a minute. All right. Yeah, this is making sense. You see how his cards are similar? Very similar. Doesn't mean I didn't mix them enough. It means that the energy is very similar in that family. Okay. A couple of things before I cap him. His problem is more to do with money than to do with anything else. Okay? He is very selfish of the family's status and money. And he doesn't have enough strength. The man it doesn't have enough strength to challenge himself, to feel that he has, he actually is afraid to to take a chance that he may be able to give his son this opportunity in a way that's going to make him happy in the chance that it's going to cut into the money. You know, they say that they always tell stories about the queen being so cheap she makes the servants bring their own soap and toilet paper. I don't know if that's true, but if the son is like the mother, I would tend to believe it is, because it's like he is so worried. He's worried that she's not bringing enough into the relationship. He's worried that he is worried. It's like he's judging her on the fact that he thinks that at any moment she's going to leave him and take his money. And somehow he has this feeling of it's despair. And somehow there's this feeling of he's judging her before he even really gets to know her, based on the world she came from, based on his perception of the world she came on. He's very judgmental about the world she came from. He sees the world she came from. Now, I don't want to say anything. You can infer what you want from this, from what I mean when I say the world she came from. It could be actresses, it could be genetics, it could be a combination, but from the world she came from, he sees that world as a world where people take but don't give back, or as a world where he feels though that world of people would endanger his ability, and he just, there's it almost looks like too that he also has a problem. There's another problem. I'm gonna cap to see. Yep, I thought so. Oh. Harry and his dad had the argument of, she's only after your money. How did you get a girl? She's, sort of like you're batting over your score. She must be out for your money, son, because there's no way on earth you're good enough to get a girl like that. Look at you. And his father really pushed that on him. His father got into that holier than thou. She's out to get you, son, because there's no way anyone like that could love you. I mean, look at you. You're this, you're that, you're that, you're this. He really, really threw him down, just totally trashed him, because he was afraid, because Charles was afraid. Charles was terrified. And so he, instead of talking it to him, and instead of saying to him, I really need this, or even saying, why don't you talk to her about a prenup or anything like that, he went the insulting route. He went the route of she's only after you because she couldn't love you for who you are. I mean, look at you. You're a piece of junk. It's only your title she wants. She can't want you. And that was really the wrong way to go. Really, really the wrong way to go. And so he went off and he just watched him go. He when he knew he did the wrong thing, he could not even face what he did. He couldn't. And there was no one there to stop him. His mother, the princess, she's long gone. There's no one there. No one there to help him. Even his brother. Look at the king and the page. And they're both turned. They're both not helping him. You know, father doesn't get along. If you don't get along with father, you're going to lose your money too. So he's sent away. But he doesn't know, though, that there's another plan. There's something going on that he's not aware of. Yeah. There's something going on. He's turned his back on something. I keep having this thing pulled down. He's turned his back on something that he shouldn't have, but his father made him. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys are really able to see that. The tower came up. Maybe you need to pull this down a little. And the tower came up in a support, and he doesn't even see it. He, since this is Charles' reading, Charles has just destroyed his life, and he doesn't even see it. He's alienated everyone. He thinks he thinks everything's fine. He thinks he's done I have done the royal thing. I have done what I have done. I am the king. I have done what a king needs to do. You see? Here you got the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands. You've just got the royal trifecta here. You know, you got William, you got the king, you got Charles, and there you have Charles on his horse ready to be the knight that's going to, you know, he's the emperor, he's the knight, he's the defender. He feels like he's done what he had to do to defend the crown. All he's done, we know, is that he's destroyed his mother at a time when she needs the family to be together the most, because her husband just died, and now her son, one of them's in trouble with Epstein, the Epstein case. Now the other one's thrown his son out. She can't see her grandchildren. He's become the Dark Knight. Both of them. He's totally ruined everything. He may have destroyed the monarchy. He thinks he's magically fixing it. He really does. But it's actually because he's lazy. He doesn't want to fix it. He doesn't want to fix it. He's never going to be king, and I bet you he's resentful. Yeah. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. If he can't be king, no one's going to be king. You see? So there you go. This whole thing, this whole underlying thing that he's doing, he's not aware of it. He's doing it because he fears that it's coming out of his pocket. He fears that someone's going to swindle him. He's never going to be king, and he'll be damned if something happened to William. He doesn't want Harry to ever become king, because then Harry's children will become king, will be in the line of succession.